In Truth 8, we saw the importance of being connected in community with others. So hopefully you're part of a group where you can develop your faith in relationship with caring people. And when you finish Foundations, you'll go on and continue in a group. But while it's true that community builds us, community is not just about us or even about each other, but God put us in community to fulfill His purpose for the world together. See, when Jesus sends us out for His purpose, He sends us together. And everything we saw in Truth 9 about being sent out by Jesus for that mission in the world, all of those commands to go and all the rest, those were not addressed to individuals, but to Jesus' disciples as a whole group. For example, we looked at Matthew 28. Let's look at that again. It says, Jesus came and told His disciples, I have been given all authority in heaven and on earth, therefore go and make disciples of all nations. You see, where Jesus says, go there, who did He say that to? It says His disciples were gathered around Him. He didn't say that to individual Christians, but He gave His church this mandate to go out and affect the whole world. We do that together. Now, in a similar vein, in John chapter 20, we read, suddenly Jesus was standing there among the disciples. Peace be with you, He said. And again Jesus said, peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, so I am sending you. Jesus sends us out in the very same manner that the Father sent Him into the world. But whereas He came alone because there's only one of Him, He's the unique Son of God, He sends us out as a group. He said this to the whole group together. I'm sending you out into the world to make me known, He said, but I'm sending you as my body, as my family. And so the church works together to fulfill God's mission. And the book of Acts shows how the church did this in cooperation. And you see in Acts churches in different regions working together, churches sending out individuals to represent them. And in Acts chapter 13 we read, one day as the prophets and teachers of the church at Antioch were worshiping the Lord and fasting, the Holy Spirit said, dedicate Barnabas and Saul for the special work to which I have called them. So after more fasting and prayer, the men laid their hands on them and sent them on their way. What we see here is that the Apostle Paul was sent out by the church through its leaders. And the church sent him and his companion Barnabas out to tell the message of Jesus in places where it had never been shared before. He didn't just go independently or take it upon himself. And so it isn't just scattered individuals, but we're connected and we work together for this mission. Now, it's natural to look at church and think, what can the church do for me? How does it meet my needs? How can it help my family? But the church doesn't exist just for us. It exists for the world. And unlike most human associations, whether it's the PTA or the Chamber of Commerce or whatever, the church exists for the benefit of those who are not its members. For that reason, the church is the hope of the world. The church is not just another social service agency, but together we actually represent Jesus Christ in this world. The church is the hands and the feet and the voice of Jesus in a needy world. Now, I like to play softball, but softball and baseball are not sports that you can play alone. I can throw myself pop flies, I can go to the batting cages alone, but almost every aspect of the game requires a team. The same thing is really true of God's purpose for us in the world. Jesus sent us out together. We can't do it alone. It's satisfying when we do it together as a team. And so we all need to be connected with and involved in a local church because the church is our team to accomplish God's mission in the world. So take a minute and talk about the mission of the church as it applies to you.